Possibly, because there's a player in there. There's a terrific player in there in terms of his individual ability, talent. But he's gone to Bournemouth. I think they've been in the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Since they went down, they got to a playoff final, I think, last year, the year before. So they've come close to getting back up to the Premier League. They'll be there or thereabouts again this year. You know, Scott Parker, Fulham last season, gone to manage Bournemouth. I'm not surprised. I think it's an encouraging move, and it's a team that are trying to aspire to get into the Premier League. So he's not joined like a team in the Championship that'll be there for several years, not quite good enough to reach the Premier League. So the focus for him and the focus for Scott Parker will be, let's bring in good players to take us on that another level.
I get what Bournemouth see in Ryan Christie. I'm just wondering about it from the other way around. He's going to notice a bit of a noise differential, isn't he, Craigs?
He is, but I would imagine that his bank balance will be a lot better off.
Yeah, true.
You know, so and who are we to stand here and blame Ryan Christie for leaving Celtic to go to Bournemouth for more money? We absolutely can't discuss it at all. From a footballing perspective, from the size of the club, from the expectations of the club, from the demands, the worldwide, kind of pool that Celtic have, Bournemouth don't get anywhere near that. But if Ryan Christie has ambitions of playing in the Premier League in England, this might be his only way into it. Going to somewhere like Bournemouth, who are in the Championship, who will be looking to get up. So I think Scott Parker took Fulham up. They ended up getting relegated last season, unfortunately. He's got a good pedigree about him. I like the way his teams play. He obviously believes Ryan Christie can fit into his style of play. So, it's Ryan Christie's choice. That's what he wants to do. He wants to leave Celtic. He wants to seek a new challenge. He must be looking at others around him who have moved on and where the club's going and what they're doing.
He's very friendly with Stuart Armstrong,
exactly.
Isn't he? And they're going to be South Coast buddies.
So it's an opportunity, and he will be well remunerated for it. And if that's what he wants to do, good luck to him and fair play to him. I just think he seems a nice, genuine
he's a
boy.
lovely guy.
Lovely guy, smashing footballer, got lots of attributes. Let's hope Celtic fans don't remember him, as well as Odsonne Edouard and Lee Griffiths, for what's went on in the last year or so. It's been a tough year for everybody. But I think they've brought so much to Celtic, and Ryan Christie has brought good times to Celtic, but he's decided to move on.
I think as well, Rob, that there's no doubt in my mind that Ryan Christie has been offered a new deal. Right?
Do you think Celtic have tried hard to keep him?
I do, because the Ryan Christie and his representatives, they have let their contract run down. Ryan's with a view to clubs coming in and maybe leaving on a free, because he would get extra money. Whatever. What's Ryan Christie worth in the market? Is he an £8 million player?
5, 6, 7 million, somewhere like that.
If he's 5 million.
Possibly.
Well, if a club hasn't got to pay a fee for him, it obviously
he gets more out of it.
They're getting a free agent, and then his wages then double in terms of what they could initially pay him if they paid the 5 million for him. So people say, well, we don't know. I'm not at Celtic. I don't know if he's been offered a contract, but I can't for the life of me think they haven't tried to keep him.
I think the Celtic fans would like to think that the club has tried really hard to keep him, because you were talking about people's form tailing off. But actually, Ryan Christie's delivered 1 or 2 really top performances this season.
Yeah, but last season again he was way off.
Well,
but
the
team
that was the whole collective, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have no doubt that the club have tried. I think they've tried everything, and in the end, he's probably been offered, as Craig said, so much money to go down south and play for Bournemouth. Sadly, couldn't quite near match that in terms of wages and bonuses and everything else. And that's why that's what you get when you let your contract run down. You get weighed in by whoever wants to come and buy.
Has he given Celtic good service? I think he has.
Yeah.
For his £500,000 from Inverness. He'd go to Aberdeen to earn his corn, to get more experience. Yeah. He burst on the scene when he got that goal in the League Cup semi-final at Murrayfield against Hearts. Bent one into the top corner.
But he has swapped 11,000 of Vitality for.
But you accept that and you deal with it and you move on. So he's given them good service. Is he great? No, he's not. But I hope he's remembered for playing a major part in Celtic having a really successful period of 12 trophies out of 12. He was certainly involved in that, Rob. He was at the heart of it. He was energetic. He scored goals. He set up goals. Yeah. His energy in some games brought the team to life. But sometimes you just want to change as a player. You want to try something different. And he may look back in 6 months' time and think, do you know what? I had it good at Celtic. I had such a good thing there. But sometimes when you're in the moment, you think the grass is always greener. You want to try something new. You want to go to somewhere else.
And he feels like it's the end of an era and he's moving on.
Possibly. He just thinks there's so many players have left him. You said it, there's only 3 left, or 3 or 4 who probably started. the quadruple treble. So he's thinking everyone else is moving on to something new. Maybe it's time for me to go, and it's time for someone to come in and take my place and move on.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.